M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Off the play action, Tagovailoa steps away. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The Alabama man. And he stopped immediately there. Jordan Fuller there to take him down. This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. On play action, Locke. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we get this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Oh, what a catch. It's Godwin. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Sanders. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he slides to a halt inside the 10. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
From the 27, Locke. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the turnover, it's Tua. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands. And he's
got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Locke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 59 yards. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they didn't get something done on this drive. Turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. It's Sanders, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tua sets up to pass it. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. We We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's stopped up short at first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Just a 5-yard pickup and it leads to 4th down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Well, a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Coming at a very strong gain of 24.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
That'll be caught by Anderson. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 44 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is down to a field goal. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
That swung out wide to Sanders. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fields this way up at the 17. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Block now to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
What a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
86 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. To throw is Mariota. Dancing to his left. And he will slide down with a good gain. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at his 4th.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Going for it with Sanders. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First down, Kansas City.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Mariota. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down now, it's Sanders. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. George Kittle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be out right at the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Locke. Trying to lay one up deep. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. 39 yards there, a big one. Hey, you're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive, because truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Locke going to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Locke looks to throw it again. Throws right side, and that's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. There's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Locke. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he gets this up past the 30. 105 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. On third down, they turn to Sanders, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Block working out of the gun.
That's complete. Okue-Buna.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Again, it's Locke.
And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's Locke.
That is caught by Anderson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Locke. Eluding the pressure right.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Locke. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Mariota. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Lock to throw.
Flushed out right.
And he'll be brought down after a nice gain, a pickup of 20.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Locke. And that is is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check. You not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look. Salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion. It's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking. Probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted. Playing all go, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me. I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse. Disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest could vouch.